several weeks ago, I posted a video about some different things you could do with your kids that are starting kinder. And quite frankly, they could be things you practice with your first and second graders as well. They just need the practice. But I thought I'd do a part 2. So here we go. Number 1 is helping your kids learn to take turns. I have a lot of kids that have a hard time taking turns. And I see everybody in my building, kinder through 5th grade, and it's the K-2 group that it is the hardest for them. When they need that red crayon and there's only a couple at the table, they often will just take it out of another student's hand. And so we practice, waiting your turn, use a different color while you're waiting. You can ask, are you done yet? And then if they say no, then you're still going to wait. So that's really hard for them. So a great way to do this would be to play board games, because you have to wait your turn for the game to work. And it is fun. So that's a great way to do it without it just being us lecturing them. You've got to take turns. Another thing you can do is practice giving multi-step instructions. So not just go brush your teeth, but you need to go brush your teeth, wash your hands, put on your pajamas. Then follow it up with, and then come back and tell me when you're done. That way there's accountability for them to remember the 3 things and get all 3 things done, and then come tell you. We as teachers, we will give 2, 3, and then as they get older, 4, 5, 6 step instructions, because we often have over 20 kids in front of us, and there's just no way for us to handhold these kids and give them 1 step at a time, because everybody's getting done at different paces. We give 2 or 3 at a time to start with to get them going. Now, don't get me wrong, if a kid needs supports, we give that. But in general, when there's over 20 kids, we just can't do that for everybody. So practice giving them those steps. Another fun way to do it would be Simon Says, just to get them ready to listen and follow instructions would be another great way to go, especially with your preschoolers. It gets them kind of ready to listen and follow directions. And then the last thing is a super practical thing. You need to make sure they can zip up their own pants, they can zip up a jacket, and put on gloves or mittens. Those things strike fear in the heart of a teacher when a kid comes out of the bathroom saying, I need help, and we never know what the help is. Often it's just zipping up their pants. But if you could help them to know how to do that, that would help us out immensely. And it just gives them more independence and more confidence that they can take care of themselves. And then jackets are just tricky because you have to line it up and then zip it up, the whole thing. So practicing that ahead of time, I get it, school starts, it's warm, but you could be practicing on the weekend, put them in a jacket, say, hey, let's practice zipping this up a few times, and then move on. We just want our kids to be able to do as much for themselves as they can, because again, it's over 20 kids and we just can't zip up 20 jackets and still make it out to recess and then come back in and reverse the process. So give those things a try. Help prepare your kids to be successful in school, and that will just help build their confidence that they can do these things and that they are a wonderful student and that they're just going to continue to grow.